What's up, brothers? Now, since I've started this channel, one thing that I've noticed is there's a lot of men out there that are looking for masculine leadership. There's a lot of women out there that are looking for masculine leadership as well, but there's not enough real masculine men out there, so that void's just not being fulfilled. Now, this video is for the men in particular. Now, what is the reason you're looking for masculine leadership? The reason is because you don't have masculine leadership in your life. You know, the West has gone through some pretty serious changes in the last 25 to 30 years. The father has been taken out of the home. The strong masculine leadership is gone. What's happening here is men are growing to have no respect for their fathers. They lose respect for their fathers because their father isn't there. And when you lose respect for your father, this causes you to hate your mother. And I'm going to quote Jesse Lee Peterson here: you become what you hate. So for men in particular, when you have no respect for your father, this causes you to hate your mother. When you hate your mother, you become your mother. You take on her feminine energy. And I'm sure you're seeing a lot of ads on YouTube, all over the internet. You're seeing guys trying to sell you a program that will teach you how to build your social circle, that will teach you how to get more women, how to bang more chicks. Listen, that is not masculine energy, okay? That is feminine energy. What does a man do when he goes through an emotional hardship? What does a man do when he goes through a breakup? Well, he finds activities to do. He hits the gym. You know, maybe he finds a work project that he can get involved in. Maybe he picks up more hours at his job to make more money. He finds ways to become a better version of himself through that hardship. That's how masculine men operate. What does a woman do? What does feminine energy do after a very difficult emotional breakup? Well, she calls her friends. She puts on a bunch of makeup, she puts on a push-up bra and a pair of tight jeans, and she shakes her ass in a nightclub, and then she sleeps with a bunch of high-status males. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful manner to all the women that are going to watch this video, but you know it's true. What'd you do the last time you went through a really hard breakup? You called up your girlfriends, you went to a nightclub, you shook your ass, and you slept with some random dude. That's the truth. And what these guys on the internet, these phonies, these beta males, are trying to teach you about masculinity, teach you the wrong version of masculinity. They're trying to teach you that the void in your life is your social circle. It's your sexual conquest. You know, if you had a better sex life and a better social life, you'd be more of a man. That couldn't be further from the truth. That stuff is all a distraction from your masculinity. A masculine man does not build his masculinity on a foundation of the chicks he slept with. That's feminine. That's what women do. Okay, a masculine man does not build his masculinity on a foundation of his social circle and how popular he is. His masculinity has nothing to do with that. A dominant alpha male is a king. He knows he's a king, or he knows he's destined to become a king. So what he does is he builds his kingdom. What's his kingdom? It is his purpose. You know, everybody has a purpose. There has to be something you enjoy doing. You know, if your purpose is music, well, become a musician. I know not everybody can do that. If your purpose is basketball, become a basketball player. And I know not everybody can do that. But you have to have some sort of a purpose. And there's all different types of purposes out there. You have engineers, architects, police officers, firefighters, executives, entrepreneurs, the list goes on and on. You know, maybe your purpose is watching internet porn. Maybe you just need to shift that, shift it from an entertainment perspective to a work ethic perspective, and maybe you start a production company and you start your own company. So I'm not telling you to start a porn company, but I'm just saying, no matter how shitty your purpose is, you have some sort of a purpose. You wake up every day and you have thoughts, and your strongest thoughts are what guide you. You know, that's what you become. You become whatever your strongest thoughts are. If you think about music, you're going to become a musician. If you think about porn, you're going to be a porn addict. But you can change that around and own your own porn company. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, what I'm trying to tell you Got sidetracked there, I apologize. What I'm trying to tell you is a masculine man does not build his foundation on his social circle or the amount of women he's slept with. A masculine alpha male builds a kingdom. And an alpha male will allow a queen into his kingdom. Not a bunch of whores, not a bunch of sluts. They aren't worth it. That's beta male behavior. Okay, that's what beta males do. They search for their feminine masculinity, their toxic femininity. That's what I call that. You know, these guys, these pickup artists, these pickup artists have toxic femininity. The reason why is because they're men, but they're playing a feminine role. They're men that are putting on tight jeans and shaking their asses in a nightclub trying to sleep with a bunch of chicks. That's bizarre feminine behavior. You're running around like a girly man. That's a wimpy behavior. Cold approaching women. That's beta behavior. What a king does is he builds a kingdom and he allows a queen into his kingdom. The queen follows his rules. She respects him. And the kids grow to respect him. And he teaches his kids masculinity, and he teaches them how to be alpha males. And that's the way masculine energy works. If you're lacking masculine energy in your life, the reason why is because you don't respect your father. Why don't you respect your father? Probably because he walked out in your life early, or he just wasn't there. Now what you have to do is you have to find your father and learn to respect him. If your father is no longer with us, you need to pray to God. You need to ask God to forgive you for not respecting your father. Then maybe you have a chance. Because until you respect your father, you'll never find your masculinity. You'll never be able to build your kingdom. You'll never find a queen. You'll never have a woman that will respect you. You'll just have a bunch of women shaking their asses in nightclubs that are willing to sleep with you. That's going to be your life. And that's the life of a beta male.